What is up, guys? It is AJ from MMA Experts, and we are talking about the fight between Da-un Jung and Sam Alvey. Exciting matchup in the light heavyweight division here. Jung is an up-and-coming guy. Sam Alvey, he's been around for a very long time, a veteran of the UFC, has fought at middleweight as well. A lot of fights, a lot of experience, coming off a disappointing loss, but at the end of the day, Sam Alvey is a very tough guy and hard to beat fighter, and Da-un Jung is in for a very legitimate test here, and I believe just his third fight inside of the UFC. But let's talk about Jung for a minute. He's a modified karate style, not like a Lyoto Machida though, a different stance. He holds his front hand out with it open to the side. It's a very interesting look. Also switches stances fairly nicely and likes to throw a lot of peppering jabs, but watch out. Massive straight left hand that comes down the line, can do a lot of damage. Has knockout win against Mike Rodriguez, who is a really tough fighter and honestly a solid mixed martial artist, and he put him out in the first round. And also throw like jumping front kicks, kind of crazy stuff too. And now he showed against Khadis Ibragimov, he takes a very good punch. Ibragimov came at him chaotically wild. He took all the shots. He does have a very solid chin. Sam Alvey, you have a guy, southpaw, very experienced, veteran of the game, solid boxing skills, and is a bit unorthodox. He doesn't have the most typical style, which I believe has helped him in his later years, because he's not the most athletic guy, not the most explosive guy. He's a guy that can be in the fight and go the distance and take shots and do damage. As I wrote here, not the fastest striker of all time, but I don't think that necessarily holds him back. I think sometimes that throws opponents off. Also has really solid takedown defense. And being as durable as he is, he showed that against Ryan Spann, who, did a lot of damage to Johnny Walker in that first round. Granted, was stopped, but he looked good against Johnny Walker, who's a very tough top 15 light heavyweight in the world. And now he's taking on Jung here. I think that it's going to be Jung's fight. I do think he does get it done. I don't think it's an easy matchup, and I think he has to be prepared for a back and forth. I think stylistically, though, it is a very fun fight. I think Jung actually does get a TKO here, though. In the third round, I think it goes late. I think it's competitive for the first two, but I think Jung begins to take over, and I think he'll land the better shots, and he knocks out Sam Alvey here in round number 3. But you can't fully count out Sam Alvey. He might go the distance here with Jung, or he may even shock us all and get a big win. He's a guy that's been around for so long and has been in there with some of the best, so he has obviously a very high fight IQ. So let's check out the betting odds for this matchup. Jung is, I think, too big of a favorite for my liking. He's a minus 345. Sam Alvey's a plus 285 underdog. I feel like those odds are a bit too widespread. That's really saying that Alvey doesn't have much of a chance in this matchup, but I think he does. Still, riding with Jung, I do think he gets it done, but I do think the odds are a little too widespread. Let me quickly check out the best place to throw money down. So for Jung, he's a minus 320 favorite over on Sports Int if you're looking to put money on him. For Sam Alvey, if you're predicting the upset, if you think it happens, he's a plus 300 over at Sportsbet. And I will quickly look at a prop bet here for Sam Alvey by TKO or knockout. He's a plus 575 over at Bet Online if Sam Alvey were to win by knockout. I could see him winning by knockout. That's probably the main way he could win. I think that Jung could win in more ways than him. I think he could potentially a submission, but more so a decision or a TKO or knockout here. But I think Alvey's best chance would be to get a knockout win over Jung here. Is it guaranteed to happen? Maybe not. I'll quickly look at the Jung win by knockout. That's a plus 110 if he were to win by knockout. I think it's going to be a good fight, though. I think you have a very fun light heavyweight matchup. I like seeing these up-and-coming prospects taking on the aging veteran. I don't think Sam Alvey is a walkover fight. He's not an opponent. He's here to fight, and he's going to give his all. And Jung needs to be prepared for a very tough matchup, and I think he will be. And that's why I have him winning TKO or knockout round number 3. Thank you all so much for watching. Like, subscribe, turn on those post notifications. Also, guys, follow my social media, Instagram, Twitter, and I'll see you all in the next video.